I appreciate it. Real quick,
Yeah.
just give yourself a little intro. Where can they find you? Name all that stuff. Go ahead, introduce yourself, my man.
I'm just your regular guy, man. Like my bio says, I'm just observing and posting, brother. I see some BS. I'm gonna call it out.
All right, y'all. What's up? It's your boy, Mr. Willis. Welcome back to another episode of Willis on the Right podcast. It's what we call Chaos One Truth at a Time. And every now and then I bring guests on here. So first of all, I want to say thanks to everybody that's been supporting me from day one. We're growing the channel's growing. I appreciate y'all support. Y'all keep liking and subscribing and sharing. Y'all know where to find me on the X, Mr. Willis23. For those that are new here, welcome. We don't we don't pull punches, we don't hold back. We say what we need to say, especially what's going on in this climate. We say what we need to say. Like I said, on this podcast, we cause chaos one truth at a time. I got a guest on here. He goes by the name Jay. Yeah, I see him on X. That's where I found him at. It's a pleasure to meet this guy, man. What he be saying on there, I agree with everything he be saying on there. So, man, welcome to the show, man. Welcome.
Hey, glad to be here, brother. Thanks for the invite.
Hey, listen, man. I'll be on the X. I'll be seeing your stuff. I'll be, man, I gotta retweet this, man. This stuff is good, man. Shoot, man, you be getting to it before I get to it, man. But it's a pleasure to have you on here, man. I appreciate it. Real quick,
Yeah.
just give yourself a little intro. Where can they find you? Name all that stuff. Go ahead, introduce yourself, my man.
I'm just your regular guy, man. Like my bio says, I'm just observing and posting, brother. I see some BS. I'm gonna call it out. So I'm basically using X as like my venting. I vent on X. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I see, man, if I see something out of line, out of pocket, I just voice my opinion, brother. That's it.
Right, right. What if I may ask, what got you into the red pill movement? Was it Trump? Was it before Trump? Do you like Trump? Like have you always been like this? I know for me, it started way back because I was in law enforcement for about 14 years, so I kind of got to see the other side of things outside of what the blacks was telling
Mhm.
me to see. So, what was that moment like for you? When did that happen for you?
Yeah. I would say I was on with a another podcaster, and she asked me the same thing, and it was during Trump's first run at it when he was going up against Hillary Clinton, and
Hmm.
I worked for city. I'm not gonna be specific or whatnot, but I was talking with some colleagues of mine, and it's like a group of them was just automatically just, oh man, we're gonna vote Democrat, and they're for the people, and they're gonna do for the black folks and all this, that, and the third, and Trump's a racist and this, that, and the third. And then I had it was one guy, just this lone guy. He was just sitting there shaking his head like a black guy. He was just shaking his head like, nah, that's not true, man. That's like y'all don't know anything about Trump. Y'all don't know what these policies are. Y'all don't know what the Democrat Party is doing to the community or nothing. So
Hmm.
I immediately thought, to be with the majority, just off of just because I was a little younger at the time. So I immediately thought to just be with the majority, like, yeah, man, he's a racist. He don't like black people, this, that, and the third. Then not long after that, I realized, like, why am I saying this when I don't even have proof that this guy is a racist, a white supremacist? Why am I just going along with the crowd? So I
Right.
started doing a little research here and there, and found out like that's how I came to my own person dealing with the politics, because I've never been political until it came to Trump. To Trump entered the scene. That's when I started paying
Right.
attention to politics. Other than that, I just came up thinking like, oh well, I vote here and there, not put too much attention into it. But I started paying attention to Trump and everything he was saying, and nothing about it made sense. Nothing aligned with how others described him. So at one, I
Hmm.
automatically knew something was off, and I just started paying attention after that, and noticing how the media was practically shaping our narratives. shaping our views for us. We're not even in control of our own views, bro. So I'm looking like, man, this is really wild,
Yeah,
bro.
man, that's good, man. It's always good to be around people who think alike that, not
Hmm.
going along with what everybody tells them to think. You know what I mean? But now
Yeah,
you do that, you tell the truth, they cast you out. I don't understand it.
yeah,
I get tired of these woke black, athletes and these actors and coming to tell me and you, oh, the white people are about to get you, and this
yeah,
country is so racist, but yet they won't leave. Why not?
yeah. I mean, if you look at it, bro, they're all a part of the same circle. Whoever cashes their checks are likely writing the bigger checks on the political end, on the left side. So they're all a part of the same circle. They can't, if you think about it and if you look at it, celebrities really can't be truthful. They can't say or do what they really want to do. If they could, you should ask yourself, why aren't a plethora of black celebrities doing more for black communities? If they could really
Mm,
do what they wanted to with their money. So they're not really speaking on the real issues of the black community. Neither are they investing into the black communities like that. So whenever we
right,
see them speak out, it's always this leftist talking point. Every single one of them.
right.
But you have someone like Nicki Minaj, where she appears to be the only free one at this point, and then you got someone like NBA YoungBoy who really doesn't care much about the industry anyway. Every time you hear him, he's like, it's fuck the industry. So he really don't care
Right.
about the industry anyway. I'm not sure if you saw his latest statement about Trump. An interviewer asked him, like, "What's up with your album title?" He named his album Massa, Masa, Make America Slime Again. And the interviewer asked him, like, man, the interviewer asked him, like, so the
The
interviewer asked him,
heck?
yeah, man, the whole slime movement and all that in the rap game with Young Thug, NBA Youngboy, and that whole little side of the thing. They
Yeah.
call each other slimes and whatnot, slime each other out. But YB said, "It's Make America Slime Again. Anything Trump is pushing, go with it. Like everything
Okay.
Trump approved, like everything Trump doing, he'll approve of it." So you got
Well,
people
I
like
mean,
that, man, who's not chained down to the industry. They can speak out truthfully.
yeah. What do you think about Nikki? I mean, it was kind of a shock to me. I didn't know anything
Mm,
about Nikki's political views. I mean,
yeah.
her first I guess when she first stepped out on the scene is when she started talking about
Mm,
Christians in Nigeria and how they were getting persecuted, and Trump stepped up and said,
mm,
"Hey, we'll go protect them. That's a thing that we should do as the United States, is to look out for the Christians
yeah.
that are being persecuted over there." And
Yeah.
from that moment on, she's on TPUSA. She's up there with Erica Kirk. She's out. She's at the White House with Trump, and she's like not
Yeah.
backing down. And we need more
Yeah.
of that. What do you think about that situation?
I think Nicki Minaj has already solidified her career. Like you can't cancel Nicki Minaj at this stage of her career, bro. So she can pretty much do whatever she wants to do. Her main fan base is going to be there. It's not like she's trying to pick up new fans, and whatever fans that she are losing, they
Mhm.
were never really fans anyway. So
Facts.
her doing that, man, is just I think she's trying to become bigger than an artist at this point.
Little Wayne has, when it comes to the black white issue, he has been bold to say, hey, he don't really rock with that
Yeah.
racist stuff. I think he was almost killed, and he, if you seen that interview when he said a white man came and saved him, so
Yeah,
he's
white
kind of
cop.
been the forefront of not being with that woke agenda. So it's kind of a little
Yeah.
window there. I think behind the scenes they
Yeah.
kind of be thinking like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You may be right, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, Wayne kind of endorsed Trump at one point, didn't he? Didn't he have
I
a
think
photo or
so.
something with endorsing Trump,
Hmm.
shaking hands with Trump or something?
And you got
If
to
I'm
think
not
like
mistaken.
Nelly and all these other guys, they're out here performing at Trump events and all sorts of stuff. So this is what I
Yeah,
say.
but
Surprisingly, there's a lot more people.
Nelly is another artist who's solidified in the game at this point,
That's true. That's true.
you know?
That's true.
But then you have someone like a Kodak Black, another rapper who's his whole mindset is fuck the industry. He don't really care about the mainstream. And you see
Mm.
Kodak, he support Trump big time. I'm talking about big. He supports Trump big time, man. And Kodak
Right.
Black is a big name. But Kodak
And
doesn't. He's not chained by the industry. He don't care about
right.
the industry. That's the issue. When you have someone that cares about the industry and cares about their public appearance and the perception and trying to gain new fans, they're gonna be scared. They're gonna be in a little box. And plus their label may have ties to some of these leftist industries. So they're gonna advise them to you can't speak on out like this. You can't endorse Trump. You can't endorse nothing about the right.
Right.
But they'll be quick to come out, artists come out and it's Palestine and anti-ICE and all this Elf Trump and all this stuff on stage. They do that easy. It's easy to do that. It doesn't take any courage to do that.
100% agree. It takes more courage to actually speak the truth. I mean, it's always been
Right.
that way.
Yeah.
It's always been that way. But now it's like society has deemed logical truth that we all know as
Yeah.
as negative. Like if I told
Yeah.
you when you was in high school, if I told you that men could have babies, right? You would look at me and be like, "Sir, you need to get away from me. You're a clown. Please go. We're gonna all make fun of you at the
Yeah.
lunch table when we get on the bus."
Yeah.
Now you say that, you're like you're offending people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
honestly think it's good for black folks to see more people like Nikki. I mean, I don't worship celebrities. I've never been a celebrity worshiper. I just
Yeah.
every now
Yeah.
and then if they come out and say something nice or something
Mhm.
correct or right, I'm gonna actually
Yeah,
hype
man.
that up because we don't get that much. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And the celebrities, they don't get enough praise for speaking the truth. They've been programmed for so long to just go along with the get along. They're kind of they're like robots, man, NPCs in a sense, high value NPCs. We're
Right.
on the lower level, we're looked at as NPCs, we're the masses. But then you got the celebrity class, and they're like the controlling NPCs, and they're programmed to control the NPCs under them. So when celebrities, especially one like you said, the black ones, they have to be praised for standing on truth, man. They
Mm,
have to be praised because the black community has had false teachers for so long. I'm talking about for so long, man, and they've been misguiding us. You know,
right.
so we have to
So
praise them.
man, thank you for being on the show. It's Jay, my man Jay on the show with me. I appreciate you, man. Now we got this incident, and maybe when I first saw it, I thought like, oh Lord, the left has some. They have a weapon now to use, right? So they can call us crazy because we really don't do stuff like this. This is not our calling card right here. Every
Right.
now and then you might have some extreme person do
Yeah.
something wild, right? But Ilhan Omar had this conference or whatever she was doing, and this dude
Hmm.
comes up and spray. The part that threw me off is this part where the dude comes up and sprays her. He don't even spray her in the face. He just like hits her shirt. I was like, I'm like, so I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then the
Right.
second part is when she goes and like bucks at him. Like if you're gonna have an
Right.
attacker, you're not gonna go buck at him
Right.
and attack him like this. When you saw this, what did you think, man? Tell me. I want to know. What did you think about this?
Man, I immediately thought it was a play, man. Like she
Mhm.
said it, somebody set it up. I don't know if it was her directly or someone set it up. But like you said, first of all, an attacker isn't going to attack and then move away. You're not going to be moving away as you're attacking. So if you're going to attack someone with all that space and opportunity, go ahead and attack them. Go tackle them,
Right,
slam them or something, or get
right,
directly in their face and spray. An attacker isn't going to spray from a distance and then kind of sideways jog off. That's not an
right,
attacker. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, with her, once she got sprayed, she don't know if he had a gun, a knife, if there was some kind of poison liquid or what. She charged at him as if she wanted to give him a right hook. I mean, come on, man. Like, who does that? Especially in the political environment that we have that we're in now, man, where folks getting assassinated. You
right,
got federal officers getting assaulted, and then she's a
right,
woman. A
right.
woman charging at a man? Come on, man. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. It has to be staged.
It's just
And
the
then they say it's
dynamics
apple
of
cider
this.
vinegar.
Right. Yeah. Like So they came and said he sprayed some apple cider vinegar. Now there's been some. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's any truth to this, so I'm not going to say 100%. But I guess there's been some pictures circling around that her and this dude was some
Mhm,
kind of friends or whatever. I don't know. I can't really
mhm.
validate that, but it's just the dynamics of this. None of this makes sense. Where's her security detail? They're late to the party. She.
Yeah,
It's like she sees them coming up here, and the problem I have with this is the whole ICE thing. Right? It's we
yeah.
get it.
Mhm.
Well, first of all, tell me what do you feel about the whole what Trump's doing with the ICE thing? How do you feel about that in general?
Uh, well, of course it's necessary. Um,
Right,
and of course we don't want to see any Americans get killed for two.
right,
Um, but at the same time, people have to realize that these are paid agitators. They are
right,
anarchists, and they're practically asking for something to happen to them. You know what is getting? I don't think they actually want to get killed, but they're asking
right,
for some violence to happen. Now,
right,
hopefully, Tom Homan can step in and get everything more situated and more calm. But people need to stay out the way, man, and let ICE do their job. If you're going to protest peacefully. The Second Amendment, you can have your gun while you're protesting, but I wouldn't advise anyone. I wouldn't do it to take my gun in the type of heated environment that we're in and approach ICE. I'm not going to do that, even though we do have that right to carry our guns to a protest. I'm
right.
still not going to get in ICE's face with my gun while I'm protesting. I'm not going to do that. That's stupid.
Well, we know in this country we're allowed to have our Second Amendment, but we also understand that there's a hefty responsibility when you do something like that. Like for example,
100%.
I can't go to a or I can't carry my firearm if I know I'm going to drink a lot that night, right? If I'm going to go out and be
Right.
partying, why am I going to carry my firearm? Because I'm definitely setting myself up for failure if something goes
Yeah.
wrong. Same thing with these ICE protests. It's like, okay, these guys have a job to do, whether you like it or not. And it's not always
Yeah.
going to be pretty. We understand that.
Right.
But if you're like Don Lemonhead going into churches, there's something that had nothing to
Yeah.
do with ICE, they
Yeah.
got nothing to do with that at all. They at church. And it's not
Yeah.
like they out there.
Don Lemon
And
needs
so
his
we have
ass whooped, man. Like straight up, bro. Don Lemon needs his ass whooped because
I agree.
it takes one good ass whooping to stop all that, man. I don't know if
Hmm.
Don Lemon is. I don't know who's paying him, who he's working for now. He used to be a CNN uh
Right.
journalist or whatever. But I
Whatever he
don't know
called
if he's
himself.
getting paid. Yeah, I don't know if he's getting paid under the table at this point by someone or if he's just trying to remain relevant. But he knows that was out of line, man. That was out of line, bro.
And these people are, Tim Watts, they're agitating the crowd and they're encouraging them to go and get in ICE's way. And what
Yeah.
we're saying over here, and I bring this back to black people because I'm over here saying, listen, these people can hurt your children, your wife, your
Mhm.
daughter. Like,
Yeah.
we're not excluded from illegal immigrants coming here and harming us. We're not excluded in that. Somebody's gonna say, "Oh, this is a black woman. We're not gonna mess with her. We're
Mhm.
only gonna mess with white people." Like it's the
Yeah.
protection of all citizens.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have NBA games and stuff like that putting that guy's face that got shot. Again, like you said, we don't advocate for somebody to get killed. That's not what we're saying. I'm saying
Mhm.
you do something, there's going to be results, what I mean? And they could be
Yeah.
catastrophic results. And
Yeah.
it's just like the Somali stuff. You know what I mean? They
Mhm.
out here stealing people's money, our tax money,
Mhm. Yeah.
and and it's pretty much fraud that's hurting black
Mhm.
folks too. You say that to a
Yeah.
black person, they're like, "Oh, you just sold out to the what? You just want the white man." I mean, I don't understand. Like, how do we fix this?
Man, I don't think I don't know if we can, bro, to be honest with you. I don't know if we
Mm,
can fix it for them. I think they have to suffer at the hands of their own doing in order to realize what they're doing is not good for them. I don't think
mhm,
there's enough knowledge or enough information we can share with them that will ease them off there because I mean there are some, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all, but most are kind of locked into their thinking, man. You can mostly kind of locked into their thinking, and they're gonna have to be burnt by their own stove to kind of move on.
And I say this a lot, and and I think to myself, I'm like, can we really change the thought process in the black community? Because we seem to be getting tied up into all these, what's the new hot protest of the year? You know what I mean? It started with
Yeah.
Ukraine. It started with
Hmm.
Palestine. Why are we protesting for Palestine? They don't care nothing
Hmm.
about black people at all, let alone Americans. You know what I mean? And we
Yeah,
seem
but you
to,
got to give credit.
to
This year that black folks haven't been heavily invested in the protests, from what I've seen. Now you have
Mhm.
your Marxists, of course. They're going to always be the black Marxists, your white Marxists, all different type of races of Marxists. But as far as like what we seen with BLM, just a whole everything of black folks coming out and protesting. I don't think we've seen that during this term.
Right.
Whether it's for Palestine, whether it's for anti-Trump, no kings, or whether it's for anti-ICE. I haven't seen just a plethora of black folks come out and protest against that.
Mm.
I haven't seen them.
BLM tried to get in on the first female that was killed by ICE. They tried to get in on that,
Mhm.
and they quickly realized that this was this wasn't going to work because they tried to
Yeah,
make him the new George Floyd because Minnesota. I don't know what's up with Minnesota. There seemed to be a breeding ground for all this mess, and I'm glad
yeah,
I don't live there 100%.
yeah. I'm
But
telling you.
it just I try to tell people the truth, to look at the facts, just to see, get away from the mainstream media, get away from the Don
Yeah,
Lemon heads, get away from all these clowns that's on the internet, because that's all they're going to show. They won't put me
yeah,
and you, you know, they won't let our views go up to 1 million, right? Because we're
yeah,
speaking facts, but they'll let Don
yeah,
Lemonhead go up there, completely lie, and everybody that's all everyone sees. And that's why I like to have. I try to get as much voices on here as possible. I may be a small platform, but
mm,
the truth's gonna be heard
mhm,
by somebody. And I like to get people
yeah.
on here. So thanks for coming on here, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Um, and is there anything you want to say? Like, where can we find you? First of all, where can we find you at? Give us all your socials and stuff, man.
JV the Great, man, on X. JV the Great. I started a new little Substack, whenever I feel like writing or whatnot. Uh,
Hmm.
YouTube, whenever I feel like putting out content. It's all JV the Great. JV the Great.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna have you back. You know this, right?
It's all good with me, bro. Hey, anytime, like you hit me up, I immediately told, hey, when you want to do it, let me know. You know, you let me
No,
know.
man. Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Right,
I rock with a lot of y'all. You know what I mean? Because it's not gonna
yeah,
stop y'all. Y'all gonna keep talking. Y'all gonna keep telling the truth, and that's the type of people I want to be around. And that's the kind
facts.
of community I want to be around. So again, man, thank you for. I appreciate you for coming over.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite, brother.
All right, guys, that was my man Jay. I appreciate him from coming over. Again, this is Willis on the Right podcast. You can find me on YouTube, but you know what? Find me, Mr. Willis 23 on the X. Again, we cause chaos one truth at a time. You'll find this episode is going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on. It's going to be a Rumble as well. So thank you. I want to thank Jay again for being on here. Willis on the Right podcast. Remember, like, subscribe, and share. Tell all your friends. We're growing and we're causing chaos one truth at a time. Peace.